Yes. A day later in hospital to the news that she had a lovely little boy. Both are on the way to a full recovery, and alongside a very thankful husband and father, Rob, they join us now from Newcastle General Hospital. Very good morning to you both. First and foremost, how are you, Alison?
Not too bad, getting better day by day.
And how is that gorgeous little thing in your husband's arms, Liam?
He's absolutely wonderful. He's getting better by the day, fortunately, so he's absolutely thriving.
Lovely, and no problem, because there were fears, weren't there, initially anyway, that he might have kidney damage, even brain damage.
There was, yes. I didn't know anything about that, though. Everybody had kept that from me because at the time they didn't think I was well enough to sort of handle that kind of news.
Sure. Anyway, that's gone away as a problem. We have some pictures of this horrific crash in which you were involved and the rescue operation that went on for hours and hours. Just through what happened, Alison.
Truthfully, I'm not too sure. I mean, I remember leaving my mum and dad's, and the next thing I remember is waking up and there was a gentleman actually speaking to me, sort of asking if there was anybody that he could contact for me. And after that, it was just a case of coming in and out of consciousness while the fire brigade and the paramedics and doctors and everybody worked around me.
Sure. And there must have been fears. You must have feared, Rob, when you heard about this, not just for your wife's life, but also the life of your baby.
Well, I was told that I had to go straight to the hospital, and it was 3 hours later when Alison arrived, so I was standing for 3 hours without any news at all. So it was the worst time I've ever had in my life.
Absolutely agonising 3-hour wait. I'm sure for you, not knowing what might be the outcome of that emergency. Then Liam, I gather, Alison, Liam was delivered by caesarean, yeah?
He was, yes. They had to do an emergency caesarean section when they brought us in, prior to correcting all my other injuries that I had, because they were rather concerned that Liam wouldn't make it.
Sure. What were your injuries when you got into hospital? What did they discover?
I've got the two of my thigh bones are both broken. I've got a broken pelvis in about 3 places, and I've also broken my sacrum, which just is sort of at the back, at the bottom of your spine.
Which means,
so it's rather painful.
It sounds horrendous, but good to see you in the shape you are anyway. But it means, I gather, that while you've got to stay in hospital now, little Liam is allowed home and Rob's looking after Liam, is that right?
He is, yes. He's with his dad, who's doing an absolutely fantastic job at the moment, looking after him. Not getting a lot of sleep, but he's doing an absolutely fantastic job.
Well, Liam is, but I don't know about his dad. Anyway, will you have Christmas together?
I don't know. I mean, hopefully they have said that even if I'm not out of hospital by Christmas, that they will let me go home for Christmas.
Just for Christmas Day?
At least for Christmas Day, anyway.
Well,
yeah.
Lovely to talk to you, love. Thanks very much indeed. Fabulous story. Well done, Rob, for being such a super dad, and all the best to you, particularly Liam. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
The time is 7:15 now. The much-awaited third Lord of the Rings film hits cinema screens this weekend, set in New Zealand. Actress Linda Robson has just come back from New Zealand from a 9-day charity trek, taking in the scenes now familiar to moviegoers.
We're now just about to begin our trek. We've got a 3-hour ferry ride, then a 3-hour coach ride, and then a 3-hour trek.
Chigwell it ain't. But when you first clap eyes on New Zealand, it really does take your breath away. And that's before you've even had the chance to start exploring it. But after a day, I did have a few second thoughts. Not to mention the sore feet. But then again, get a load of those views. But it's also easy to see why the Lord of the Rings mob came here.
6,000 spears. Less than half of what I'd hoped for.
6,000 will not be enough to break the lines of Mortal.
So did I really do it? Well, yes, I did actually. And not alone either, but with my army of trekkers too, raising thousands for the Children's Society. Would you? Still no sign of that ring. It's not a ring! We made it. It's been a very long morning and a very hard walk. I'm very proud of myself. I'm proud of all the other members of the trek, all 52 of them. We all made it. Bad legs, corn, bunions, you name it. Between us we've got the lots. But we made it!
Linda, and no sign of an orc.
Only this one here.
See, that is the worry, isn't it, now, New Zealand, meeting a gang of
You
orcs.
just think you're going to bump into one around every corner.
Yeah, exactly. So how did you get on, though? Enjoyed it?
Looking back now, I enjoyed it. At the time, it was so hard, Penny. I can't tell you. I know you've done a few treks yourself, love, and lost a few toenails.
Yeah, down the back of the sofa. And you did it for the same charity I did, the Children's Society.
Yeah,
Yes.
help up to 50,000 kids a year, runaways as young as 8, young helpers, young offenders, people that have been abused, kids that have been abused, and that. So, yeah, so it's for a very good cause.
And you've been involved with the Children's Society for a while,
For a couple of years now, yeah. I've got a cousin that was on the street, well, it's still on the street, but there was nowhere years ago that he could have gone. Obviously, if there's nowadays, it would have been able to be helped by the Children's Society.
So had you done anything like that before?
No, and I kept thinking, I will start training one day, and then it just arrived, and I hadn't done any training, so it was a bit of a shock. I climbed Mount Robert, which was 1,400 metres, although it felt like 14,000 metres, and it was really, really hard. I thought I was going to have a heart attack on the mountain. No one's going to find me. I'm just going to die there.
But there were lots of other people around to help, aren't there?
52 people went on the trek, yeah. Some of them were like seasoned trekkers, others it was like the first time they were novices, but most of them had done a little bit of training, unlike myself.
Yeah, this is increasingly a way that charities do make money.
Yeah, I mean,
basically you have to raise the money,
sponsorship,
and then as for the dubious pleasure of getting to sleep in a tent on bitterly cold mountains.
Putting up tents in the dark, in the rain, yes. It was a new experience for me, all of this sort of thing, but great fun, and we had lots of people to help us, like seasoned trekkers that had done it before, and then the novices just sort of helped as well.
I know they raised thousands and thousands.
We've raised, so far I think it's up to £140,000 and there's still money coming in, so I mean we did really well. We all had to raise at least £2,750. And then obviously some of us raised a bit more, myself included.
And apart from trekking and being worst celebrity driver,
oh, I'm not going to talk about that.
No. So what else are you up to? That was on Channel 5.
I know, yes. Are we allowed to talk about that? I'd rather not talk about it. It was just like a little jokey thing that came through, and it was for charity again. The Children's Society, I gave the money to there.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be a one-off thing, and I'm never going to have to reverse cars with caravans toasting them around with 1 inch on either side, am I? I've never lost a point of my licence, Penny. I'm actually a very good driver. It's my mum that's the bad passenger. She should be voted Britain's worst passenger, I think.
She spent all her time with her head in the glove compartment.
She does. I keep telling her I've got a brown paper back because she keeps telling me how to drive. She's never even passed her test. She sits in the back and she thanks everyone for letting you go and everything. She's one of those.
Oh, I quite like that, though.
Do you?
Oh, no, I like being behind people like
Well,
that.
I like
Makes me laugh.
thanking people myself, but then Madam in the back there, it's like the Queen waving and thanking
Well,
everybody.
apart from being a dreadful passenger,
Yes.
and you being a marvellous driver, what else are you up to?
I've done a little film in the new year. I've done a pilot for a new comedy that we're just waiting to hear about, which is quite controversial. It's all about religion. So we're just trying to find out about that now. That's with the powers that be. And a few other bits and pieces in the pipeline. I might just more vagina monologues next year. And maybe a tour with a play. We're just sort of trying to decide now.
So nothing, really?
Nothing really.
No.
And maybe another trek.
Oh,
there is
yes,
one,
you can
there is
squash
one
one in.
in May that's in New York, and it's only like a 4-hour trek. Piece of cake there,
Not
isn't
much
it?
of a trek, is it?
Not much of a trek over the bridges in New York, apparently, and you only have to raise 1,000 for that, so it's not as hard.
Does it go near any shops there?
Well, I would think at the end of the bridges there might be a few little shops we can stop at, Penny.
Yeah, why don't we?
Shall we have a go at that one? I'm back, Johnny's being very quiet there.
I'll do the New York one.
On the website gm.tv.
Time is 9 minutes to 7. You're watching the news hour on GMTV. These are the headlines you're waking up to this morning. The rock star Ozzy Osbourne has undergone emergency surgery after a quad bike crash on his country estate in Buckinghamshire. The 55-year-old broke his collarbone, 6 ribs and a vertebrae in his neck.
Britain's first toll motorway opens to the public this morning. The M6 toll in the West Midlands will cost motorists £2. Truck drivers, though, are threatening to boycott the scheme.
And in the last half hour, 31 American soldiers have been injured in a car bomb blast near Mosul in northern Iraq. There are no reports of any fatalities at this time. And believe it or not, we stay with the subject of Iraq because a member of the British Armed Forces who served in that country is to receive an award for bravery today. Not that unusual, you might think, but the recipient of this award is lying on his back, having his tummy tickled by me right now, which not many our soldiers do, I have to say. But this, of course, is a Springer Spaniel. He's called Buster. And he's a remarkable dog. I've been dying to meet Buster. He's with Danny, by the way. He's handler Sergeant Danny Morgan.
Hello.
Good morning to you. I've seen this dog on telly.
Yeah.
He is just a star, isn't he? And normally his tail never stops wagging, but he'd rather like to have his tummy tickle, so he prefers that posture right now. Tell us what, for the benefit of the people who don't remember, tell us what Buster did in Iraq.
We were part of the coalition forces going to southern Iraq, and the town of Safwan had a Fedayeen extremist organisation having a grip over the local community, and basically wanted to go in there and clear the area to make sure that these people hadn't got the terrorist grip over the town itself. And obviously then we could win the hearts and minds battle and show that we were there as friendly, not as the enemy, as it were.
And there he is at work. What did he find? Look at that. Ah, brilliant.
He found a cache of explosives, weapons, bomb-making equipment, grenades and 2 kilos of cocaine.
Really?
In the house itself, yeah.
Now tell me, I'm a bit dumb about these things. Danny, how are dogs able to do this? How do you train them to do that kind of thing?
All we do is we harness their natural hunting instincts, and instead of taking it for game, for deer, etc., we start searching for weapons and explosives. And it's a big game for the dog. He doesn't realise he's actually searching for weapons or explosives. He just wants to please his father and please his dad, an alpha dog, and have a good time.
But he's a lovable dog, isn't he? He's very, very sort of people-friendly, isn't he? That must have helped your mission as well.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we search not just obviously out in Iraq, but we do high-profile searches throughout the UK as well. So we could be going one day being in the Commonwealth Games as we were last year in Manchester, or then again in January we were out in Iraq. So it's completely both ends of the scale.
He was an unwanted dog, Albert?
Unwanted dog, yeah. All the dogs we have in the military, or 99% of them, are unwanted pets, whether they, for whatever people get rid of them for, bit of postman, people get divorced, illness or whatever. So we go around Battersea Dogs Homes, etc., and Wood Green Animal Shelter and look for the dogs suitable for military service. And we're always on the lookout for military dogs.
Can't imagine who would not want a dog like Buster. And you were with him for how long? He's 5 now. How long have you got left with him?
He's just 6 this month, so it's his birthday this month, yeah. I've had him since June last year, and hopefully I'll keep him now until he retires from the military.
Fantastic. He's your best mate, isn't he?
He's the best buddy, yeah. When we're sat in sunny Iraq, we had a good chat.
Lovely. And this award he's getting is the equivalent, really. It's the K9 VC.
That's correct, yeah. It's presented by the PDSA, and it's the Dickens Medal, so it's the highest award that can get for a military animal.
Well done, Buster. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks very much to you, Danny, for coming in.
Thank you very much indeed.
I think I'm 6 in dog years, aren't I? Now, we just need to...
That's where the dog analogy stopped, yes. I won't get thanked for that.
Just need to apologise if you've been having sound problems. I know that people up and down the country have been. It's not your fault, it's ours, and we are working on it.
Oh, really? Didn't know about that. All through the news. Well, our apologies. That's just about it from the two of us.
Eamon and Fiona here in just a few minutes with GMTV Today. Very special sofa guest. Boom, boom.
Buster, you can chase him.
Basil
Yes, that's fantastic. You can chase him. But Andrea first, of course, with the weather.